Oh, I didn't know how well we were going to do going live up here. I was up here in the upstairs room cleaning, and I had on my headphones and my telephone, and I was listening to a Herb Fitch video, and I said, you know something? I want to meditate. So I ran downstairs and got all my gear, and I thought, I'm going to play this clip live. Let's meditate. And first, what I want to ask you to do is just relax your shoulders. I'm relaxing my shoulders while I speak, just to get my mind in a receptive mode and move away from the physical. And I wanted to talk a moment about this video of Herb Fitch's about karma. Jesus talks in A Course in Miracles about false empathy. And when you listen to this clip of Herb Fitch is talking about the same thing, but he's taking it further. When we falsely empathize with what the body's eyes and the five senses are showing us, we later on set ourselves up to have to pay back that karma. The further we move our minds away from God, the further we have to pay off that, that debt and find our way back to God. So Herb talks about breaking karma, and we break karma through maintaining our peace no matter what the body's eyes are showing us. And Herb in this recording is using the example of Vietnam. So you're a vet in the foxhole at Vietnam, and there's bouncing Bettys blowing up in your face and blowing up your friends left and right. And Herb is saying, if you don't find your center, and even if you find your way back home to America and you're not killed, eventually we have to pay back that karma from not holding our center and from being pulled into that moment in time. That's deep. That's deep. And Herb is using a powerful example, and Jesus used the example of the crucifixion. Jesus tells us in A Course in Miracles to stop looking at the crucifixion as him suffering. He said he no longer believed in suffering, and that he didn't suffer on the cross, and that a guiltless mind cannot suffer. Think about that thought. The creature which suffers and is always looking for suffering suffers. That's what the creature in your mind is. That's what the ego mind is. Suffering. It's suffering. And it wants to set up suffering, so we keep recycling back into this world to suffer more. The Christ of us, the truth of us, doesn't suffer. It's solid in God. And it is peace. Jesus Christ remained at peace on the cross. There's a record of him speaking very lovingly to the criminal on the cross next to him. Jesus Christ told him that he would join him in paradise. So I was thinking about this morning. When you look at your social media and you read social media, you're reading world thought, creature mind, creature mind, creature mind, creature mind. And Herb Fitch tells us we must come out from that. We must stand apart. Jesus tells us in the Course, can you tell I study both? Bouncing back and forth. That peace that's in our center needs to expand within us. And we are gravely mistaken when we bring our problems to man whose breath is in his nostrils. You go to a friend, you go to a spouse, you go to a sibling, and you start telling them about your problems, about your abusive husband, about your obnoxious child, about your lying coworker, about your stealing roommate. You are bringing karma to yourself by having that conversation. And what we do when we have those feelings, when we're having those experiences, is we relax our shoulders. I can see my shoulder over here needs more relaxing. And we be still. Because that creature that wants to be betrayed, that wants to be abused, that wants to be lied to, that wants to be rejected and abandoned, that's the creature. It wants to survive. It is suffering. And it's not you. Keep relaxing your shoulders. Make sure your hands are relaxed. I'm straightening out my feet now so my legs and feet can get really relaxed. And let's just invite peace to come into our awareness right now. The creature wants to suffer. You're not the creature. Relax your shoulders. Let it go. Sin, sickness, and death rises up in the world, and the creature relishes in it. It says, "Brother, at your hand I suffer." That's the creature. Brother, at your hand I suffer. The Christ, the peace of you. Brother, at your hand I live. The Christ is here. The Christ is there. How can the Christ of your brother rise up when you don't call to it? We are being asked to expand the peace within. Step away from the creature's reactions. Step into the peace. Now I'm going to play a few minutes of this herb recording. It's so beautiful. I had to listen to it with you. And you'll find yourself in the listening, finding more of your peace.
Consciousness of God. If I am to believe in a lack or a limitation, in that instant I know I have left the consciousness of God, and now once more I'm building my debts. Now you must come then to a very high pinnacle of consciousness where you are standing in a light, aware of the complete, total presence where you are of every divine quality, acknowledging each divine quality as present where you are, and knowing that in the kingdom of God there is no karma because there are no opposites to be entertained in consciousness. This is the altitude from which we must work to break karma. For instance, you would stand at this moment in Vietnam, watching the shells burst, watching your friends around you in a state of fear or shell shock or retreat or pain. And you, if you too entered into this hysteria, whether or not you came home alive, someday in another lifetime you would pay for the fact that at that moment you did not find your safety, your strength, your security in the presence of God where you stood. If when you read tomorrow morning's newspaper, you unconsciously let yourself feel that those in Biafra are starving, even though you see pictures of their little distended stomachs, if you let yourself feel that the crime wave is on the upswing and something else is on the downswing, no matter how your heart beats for these people, you are building your karma, and it isn't good. Now, in this kind of a teaching, then, you are not to repeat the errors of the world or the inability of the world to live in the Father's house. It is a coming forth and being separate. And when Paul said that, he too was teaching us how to cancel out the karma of our many incarnations. To pray in secret was to teach us that we had to find the secret place of the Most High. We had to find this inner communion. And when Jesus said, I of mine own self can do nothing, he was teaching us that the high point, when karma is completely broken and out of your life forever, is when you have reached that altitude of consciousness where you know that God is the only activity in the universe.
That's a good place for us to stop and have a meditation and to allow this secret place of the Most High, which is peace. The peace that passeth understanding, let's allow it to expand. The truth of us to expand in our awareness. Allow your face to completely relax and give up all expression. There's nothing but peace here. Allow it to flow through your shoulders, down your arms and hands, back down, and allow the peace to flow through your chest and your belly, down through your hips and thighs. A wave of peace moving down your knees, through your calves and feet. We don't go to man whose breath is in his nostrils for support. We go to the secret place of the Most High. If you find your mind wandering, go back to relaxing your body. Now, this little meditation here, if you've been doing these treatments along with me, you should be getting better at finding your center. And now, throughout the day today, even if you only have a moment at a stoplight, I tell people that I sponsor spiritually. If you only have a minute in the bathroom, close your eyes, tip your chin up, peace, relax your body. So we may find our way to a chair where we can let go for a moment or an hour and move into the secret place of the Most High, which is your own Christ consciousness. When we bring our cares and problems to another human being, and when we believe in another human being's cares and problems, we are creating more karma. And when we don't respond, we are undoing karma for ourselves, our loved ones, and for thousands that we are not even aware. Bless you. See you soon.